Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
He is the captain. This is nice coffee.
It's great coffee. Thanks to our friends at Maplewood Studios for providing such amazing coffee.
And Seafair
Fish and Chips for keeping me going.
Today, we're going to be playing some amazing new Blackstar amplifiers.
Yes, these bad boys here behind me were a couple of additions to the Series 1 range of amplifiers that were launched at the NAMM show in 2011. NAMM! And these are the very, very first time these have been in the UK. So as we're an enormous Blackstar dealer, and we love them and they love us, they have dropped us down a couple of these amplifiers to give you a world exclusive.
Yes, exclusively from the world. I'm using a Fender Stratocaster to begin with, by Fender, but then we're going to move on to some other items.
Yes, we're going to do a little bit of talking, and then essentially Chappers is just going to shred out with a Strat and a Telecaster and a Les Paul and, a few other different guitars just to give you some tastes. So, I'm not going to spend too long talking about these because really, if you're familiar with the Series 1 range, these are just different flavours of that range. But what we've got here is a 100 watt 4-channel version. So the range from last year, if you wanted the 4-channel version, you only had the 200 watt that was available. So this is an EL34 loaded 100 watt 4-channel amplifier. And the one above it is the 50 watt 2-channel. So it's like the Series 1 45 watt combo in a head. One thing that I do want to just clear up, because I know when Series 1 launched in 2009, it had a built-in feature called DPR, Dynamic Power Reduction. And on the front of the amplifiers, you saw this dial that took the output volume from its maximum volume, so in this case 100 watts, down to 10% of that volume, so 10 watts in this. And a lot of people, I think, were slightly misunderstood how this worked and assumed that you could literally get the amplifier to be a tenth of the volume. Well, if you've ever had valve amps before, you'll know that the difference between a 50 watt and a 100 watt is not.
Yeah, watts don't work that way, do they?
They don't work that way. So all it really does is it changes the dynamics of the way the amp works. So you get a little bit more headroom in the 100 watt mode, in the maximum mode. It crunches up a little bit earlier, sounds a bit tighter in the 10 watt mode, and of course you can have anything and everything in between. So price wise, the 50 watt one is going to sell for just over £800.
Money.
The 100, that's pounds, English pounds, not weight. And the 100 watt one's available in two versions. This is the EL34 one. You'll be able to buy a 6L6 version pretty soon as well. And these are both selling for about £1,100. Money. I'm using it through a Blackstar Series 1 412 cabinet, which is loaded with some sexy vintage 30 speakers. Do you not like the way I said that?
That's good.
So one of my favourite cabs that you can buy. And we're using a Blackstar reverb pedal as well, as Series 1 amps don't have reverb. So that's it. Enough speaky.
Let's
now
play.
Overdrive 1,
Overdrive 1.
which is a little bit more gainy and bassy. And finalement, Overdrive 2, which is the nutcase channel. I'm just going to show you basically, we're on the OD1 setting here, just going to show you the difference between going from its minimum mode to its maximum mode so you can kind of get an idea of the change it makes. So here it is on its minimum mode. What would you say that was in terms of volume difference?
Well, you could easily bedroom practice that.
Do you think so?
Yeah, mate.
No, it's not that much.
I reckon so. Easily in my bedroom.
But it's not a tenth.
Be
of
as
the
loud as you want
volume,
in
is
my
it?
bedroom.
I would say that that's what, half the volume
Right,
maybe?
half,
if we,
yeah.
If we drop it from its minimum to maximum mode, so it's probably... but there you go. Anyway, quick demo for you. So, on with the music!
Amazing, or did that sound amazing?
It's very good.
That sounded amazing.
Super crunch mode.
Okay. That's the demo thing, you always go at the end of a demo bit.
That is begging to be drop tuned, isn't it?
It's going to be drop tuned right now in the OD2, that bitch. does he sing and play that? How is that humanly possible to do?
Yeah!
Yeah!